When Woodhaven opened in 1964, children with developmental disabilities had very few options for education and enrichment. Parents were advised by their doctors to keep their children at home even into adulthood, or worse, send them to state-run institutions that were not designed to care for and educate young children with physical and cognitive disabilities.
In the late 50s and early 60s, there just was not a lot of opportunities for families that had children with disabilities, and the options that they did have were not very good.
At that point in time, a parent who had a child with developmental disabilities, whether it be physical or mental, had very little to look forward to. There wasn't any place that that child could go. There were no special education districts, so they couldn't go to school. You wouldn't want to place them in a mental health hospital because they were unbelievable. And the parent didn't know what would happen to the child after the parents died. So it was a nightmare for a parent with a child with mental disabilities.
Charles Palmer, Woodhaven's founder and first administrator, had other ideas. He believed that children with developmental disabilities had the capacity to learn and grow into productive adults, and he knew he wasn't alone in this belief.
Van started out in a nursery school that was at Trinity Lutheran Church, and then there was a private school in St. Louis called Egan Tudor School on Lansdowne, and he went there. And about that time, just about the same time Woodhaven was being thought about, they were thinking about the special school district. And you were either trainable or teachable. And I objected to that. Everyone is teachable.
Woodhaven was the idea of Charles Palmer. Charles was a visionary. The thinking of people around that time was that they couldn't do anything. Charles Palmer talked to some people, including Frank Ackerman, who had some different ideas. The idea was that we would take these children, raise them up, educate them to the best of their individual abilities.
Charles Palmer and Frank Ackerman imagined a place where everyone had an equal opportunity to find and achieve success on their own terms.
We had looked at several other schools that were in existence, and none of it equaled what Woodhaven was to become.
There was no other place. There just wasn't a place similar to this. And when Woodhaven was started, the applications came in from all over the place. We had children from Indiana, New Jersey, Iowa, and other states that wanted to come to Woodhaven.
So Woodhaven really provided them an opportunity that they didn't have. It was very, very visionary and way ahead of its time, and I think something we as Columbia should be proud of.
Although Woodhaven has grown and evolved right along with the individuals that it supports, the organization's mission has remained the same. By focusing on the specific needs of each individual, Woodhaven empowers people with developmental disabilities to become active members of their community and to achieve success on their own terms.
But the individuals that went out into the world learned success, and that was the key to it all. That was the main objective of Woodhaven, was to give each individual the maximum success that they could have.